Hello everyone, Hardluck Affairs fan here, and today I would like to welcome you to the final part of the Let's Talk About Every Hardluck Affair show ever made series. Man, what a series, right? It has been such a long journey, and I would like you to thank you. Okay, no, seriously. Well, let's stop wasting time and jump right into the video. Let's go! So the next show was on Italia in miniatura. This show was installed in 1982 and it ran until 1993 or 1994. The show had a different name. This would be an Orsi show, which, surprise, is literally Bear Show! Oh wow! So creative the name! Sorry. Anyway, unlike the other parks, in this one we have the recordings of the show, and luckily it's almost a full show tape. And that's right, no photos, only recordings. Yay. As I said before, in the Play Center show, the background wasn't the original, but Brazil did it better. At least they did make new ones. The Italy background was just some paintings and that's it. No curtains, no choo-choo, no house, no municipal service station, nothing. Wait a minute! No! No, they removed choo-choo! Poor choo-choo! No, choo-choo! Also, the show tape was different, including new songs and new voices and names for the characters. These names were Mama Grandbags, Mama Italia, that is for a double M, Guniver, Francesco, I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe that's how you spell it, Billy Wilbur, Canariello, I don't know. Willy Wolf, Tugnacio, Willy Boy, Kino, Belleville, Cesarino, Pete Svevi, and repeat was called Salvatore. Something interesting is the fact that the cosmetics of the show were horrible! I mean, look at this! Billy Wilbur looks like he got the same mask from Billy Wolf's mother in 2015! It's too small! What? Okay, no, seriously. The cosmetics were not horrible. I would say they're rough. Mechanically talking, they were fine. I mean, they definitely need some maintenance, but they were still moving nicely. Take a look at this Rock-afire explosion show, for example. The masks look melted, but they're still moving nicely. The same case happened with this show. I honestly don't know what happened to the Billy Wilbur mask, though. It looks like a melted bootleg mask. If this is an original creative engineering mask, then I don't know what happened to it. Apparently this show ran into the original show tape at some point, as seen in this video, until they got an Italian show tape. The show was moved at some point around 1994. It was sponsored by another park called Gardaland Park, and it runs through the summer of that year. After that I couldn't find information about what happened to the show. Probably it was dismantled like Carowinds show. One plus I find on the Italy show is the fact that Billy Boy actually can move here. That's nice to see. Take that, Play Center! Your Billy Boy can barely move his arms. But here, he can move nicely. Look at this. Oh my god, my Billy Boy is moving. As well as Scanobbles, but nobody cares about that Billy Boy because they barely took much notice of him. So, take that, Play Center! Now! Sorry. We're entering into the final shows, baby! Next part is Family Showstreet USA. Let's go. Family Showstreet USA. Oh boy, this show have no photos of it or recordings. and basically any type of photo or video is just lost media. There's just nothing about the show that we can see, but we know it was there. Okay, we know it was there. So this show was installed in 1981, and it was probably the shortest lived Hot Luck Bear show because it stopped running in 1983. Like, it only lasted for 2 years. This didn't mean the show was destroyed, okay? Actually, it was bought back by Creative Engineering in, well, 1983, and was sent to a park called Mundo Mexico! That's right. And that's it. Let's move to the next show. Mundo Mexico show. Now let's talk about the final show, the Mundo Mexico show. Ah yes, I was waiting to talk about this one. At the moment of writing this, I am currently on page 11 in Word. This is probably the longest and prepared video I have ever made in my time on YouTube. Yeah, I'm also talking about my main channel. Now let's talk about the Chile show. Let's go. This show was installed in 1983, and the show didn't have its original name. Instead of the Hot Dog Bears, this one was called Jamboree Show, and was even on the main theme of the park. Just listen. It is unknown if the show ran on a translated version of the main show tape or it has its very own one, probably the second one. This show really did not have major changes, despite the fact that Goody Bear is black, the weird hair of Mama Grandbacks, and the fact that Billy Wilbur hair was a light brown instead of the classical black or dark brown. But other than that, the show remained the same. No major cosmetics were changed. The Speedy service station was still there, and the general show didn't change at all. But Pete's name was changed, and actually he became one of the mascots of the park. His new name was also Willy, which in English is Willy Bear. They made him a costume and everything. Apparently they made one of Mama Grandbacks and Billy Wilbur as well. But some people believe that, for whatever reason, that the Billy Wilbur costume is actually a repeat. Okay, just no. Anyway, the show will perform, and as you can see here, in the last years, the show cosmetics were just not doing well. Probably they just needed to buy new ones, but they didn't. But anyway, the park closed in October of 2001, but the show wasn't dismantled. It was sold to another park called Fantasylandia, which for what I heard, probably this is wrong, maybe not, but Fantasylandia and Mundo Mexico are for the same company. And Fantasylandia wasn't doing well, and so they needed to choose between Fantasylandia and Mundo Mexico. They choose Fantasylandia. Anyway, as I was saying, the show was sold to another park called Fantasylandia alongside other attractions. But here's when things started to go downhill. First things first, the show cosmetics were drastically changed. Good example is Billy Boy. They gave him clothes that made him look like a kid. Goody Bird wasn't alongside Mama Grandbacks anymore, and Repeat was moved to the center stage. The show wasn't country theme anymore, but the place looked more like a normal house, and the music was different. It was music from those years. You know, the music from the early 2000s. The instruments were changed too. Billy Boy had normal drums, Billy Bill had a regular keyboard, Billy Wilbur had an electric guitar, I believe Bob had. I have no idea about what Billy Bob had. I'm pretty sure it's still a base. Also, the show tape that they run on was horrendous. First, the voices. Sometimes one character have the voice of another character, and it makes it confusing to know which character is which. Second, the lights were not stable. They constantly flicker, making it disorientating to watch. And lastly, the songs were just cut version of popular songs at the time. Man, not even Gullivers made such a horrible job. At least they tried. Around this time, the robots could still move properly. Maybe Pete and Mama Grandbacks don't raise their head a lot, but they were definitely working. Now I don't know in which year this happened, but they stopped using them in a theater. And they moved them in the show into a restaurant. And the show got renamed, and now it was called Show de Osos, which again is translated to Bear Show! How many parks are going to call their Hard Rock Bear Show Bear Show? Damn it! Sorry. Around this time, it was when the robots really started to decay. And you can clearly notice this. The masks were replaced for, apparently, new ones made by the park itself. These masks are horrible. They look scary and weird. It seems that the only one that they kept its original mask was Mama Grandback's. But this one looked greasy and melted. There are very small recordings of the show at this time. But for what I can see, the robots can still move, which is surprising, honestly. A lot of the shows that we saw today, well, not today, through the series, could barely move when they were in the 90s onwards. Look at this Play Center show. They were in 1997 and they could barely move. And now look at the Fantasylandia show. They were, I mean, yeah, the cosmetics were horrible and they still need maintenance, but they could still move. They could still move kinda nicely. But even around 2000 onwards, I guess you can say they did give maintenance to the show after all. After some years of performing in that restaurant, they were taken to Manada FX workshop. I think this was around 2017. I don't know. And they were retrofitted into some futuristic robots, and they are still running. But we only have some photos of the show in Fantasylandia. No recordings. Hey, if someone is from, Chile and you're close to Fantasylandia, could you please record? I mean, it would be really great to see what kind of show they perform currently. The show was again renamed. This time they were not called Bear Show. They're not bears anymore. Now they were called Robotoons. And they are still in Fantasylandia till this day. Apparently in the same place of the old restaurant. I don't know, I don't have a map of the place. In these photos you can see the construction of this new retrofit, and the names of who I think are the characters mech. I mean they're kinda easy to identify. Honestly, I don't like this retrofit. I mean yeah, they did a nice work. I think the work they did is nice, and I will accept the Robotoons if they were completely new robots. But seeing them like this, knowing that they are not supposed to look like this, is just sad. They're supposed to be bears. Maybe someday they will turn them back to the hot dog bears. But time will see. Time will tell. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe... I don't know honestly if they will ever be what they used to be. And honestly, I would like to go to see the show I, even if there are not any more than hot dog bears, I would still like to see a hot dog bear show in person. Even if it's just a max, you know. Well, that was a nice series. And you know what? I had a lot of fun making it actually. The research, the new information. Dang, I didn't know there was a show in Italy until I started writing this video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did making it. Honestly, if I had to choose between one of the many hot dog bear shows, I would choose the Canobus show. You can tell they definitely like their show, making them 3 show tapes and keeping them despite the fact that they're not running anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like and a subscribe. If there's any information that is wrong, please correct me in the comments. That'll be all for my part. This is Dante, better known as the Hot Dog Bears fan, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye bye.